buys it back for more money. Like, just give him money. Just give him money, Jimmy. What? Jimmy McClimmy. Oh, they're coming. Here they come. Here they come. Ice cream. We all scream. You scream. Right? You scream. No, he's just saying you scream. You scream? Ice cream. You all scream. Hey, look, where are all these idiots going? Look at all those idiots. Where are they going? Oh, they're coming. You scream as I rip off. They're going to march out in here with the on the place. You scream as I rip off. You know what? As I rip off your finger. There's so many people I know. You scream as I rip off your finger. Oh. Okay. Right? Why aren't you? Because it's hot. Because your mom is helping. This helps. Everybody look the same. But my terrible posture. Matthew. Matthew, have good posture. You don't want to break your back. Trust me, you don't want to break your back. Step on a crack? No, but I'm pretty sure I almost did it.
No, literally.
There actually was a tenor of a sociopathic mass murder with a long history of crime. Why are you not in prison? Because they fear me. I doubt they fear you. Nothing out of it. I mean, I don't fear you. Only Russian prisoners are manly enough to accept me. At least they do in Russia, right? It's all good. Well, they'll just send you to... I won't be happy to do that.
Why is everyone
terrible
wearing
things and I don't want to be in Russian hands. I may or may not have accidentally killed this. Are you going to graduate on time? Why is that bad? It all depends on how you think of this act. Depends on your opinion.
I'm gonna do
May not be what I haven't know you've done any of that. I can tell you what I have done. Who knows seals can be so dangerous? I heard they killed him. I know.
I'll look up songs and see. I want to do that.
What did you just say? What did you just say? What did you just say?
But all of you made gagging noises when I
It's so
mentioned it.
bad. What? It's not a
We could do like
descendant.
some different
There's
TV.
nothing.
What is descendant?
It's basically teenager. It's okay.
Oh, it's teenage.
It's teenage. It's the children of like of Disney movies that are teenagers.
It's Disney
Oh
villains.
yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Disney villains
I'm
kids that are not as
That are
villainous.
teenagers and they're not as villainous
But
because
they're still villainous.
we have to have a kid.
I am.
But they're still villainous. But one in particular is so bad that she was by the foot.
That's
I
not.
like the Kristen Chenoweth song.
I'm not wrong, am I?
Don't you want
You're not. But
I like
I'll move it up. I'm just making the last minute decision that if the microphone picks anybody up, I want it to pick up the melody.
There's a bunch of them.
Oh, there you go. Good evening and welcome to Foran High School on this absolutely amazing night. At this time, please stand as the Foran Choir sings our national anthem under the direction of choir teacher Mr. Jason Stammen. Thank you. You may be seated. Good evening and welcome, Superintendent Dr. Kataya, Assistant Superintendent Dr. Fettigan, and other distinguished members of Central Administration. Chair of the Milford Board of Education, Ms. Glennon, as well as other Board of Education members here with us tonight. Mayor Blake, members of the Board of Aldermen, parents, grandparents, guests, faculty, but most importantly, graduates of the class of 2022. I welcome you all to this graduation of the Foran High School class of 2022. Before we begin honoring our graduates, I'd like to recognize some members of our faculty who are key to our students' success. Assistant Principal, Mrs. Gilman. Assistant Principal, Mrs. Kelly. And of course, our Dean of Students, Mr. Zawazinski. Thank you for all of your dedication and support of our students. Also, thank you very much to senior class advisors, Mrs. Cassiopo and Ms. Newell, for all your support to our senior students. I'm also extremely grateful to our faculty and staff for their strong commitment to our students. Every year, they go above and beyond to help students meet with success. This was another extremely challenging year, but as expected, they rose to the challenge and kept their focus on guiding our students to success. Their unwavering support for our students has been tremendous, and I thank them for their great work. Let's give them a round of applause. I also want to recognize our Teacher of the Year, Mr. Stern. I want to recognize him for having such a positive impact on our school community. His dedication and commitment to providing opportunities for all students to feel engaged and connected to the Foran community has been exemplary. His efforts were especially meaningful this year as students adjusted to full in-person learning. Thank you for everything, Mr. Stern. And of course, I'd like to recognize the Foran faculty and staff who are retiring after many years of service to the Milford Public Schools. Mrs. Akampora, special education teacher. All right. She's retiring after 38 and a half years. And, all right. And Mr. Tchaikovsky, Mr. Chai. Mr. Chai is an art teacher who's retiring after 49 years teaching in Milford Public Schools. Mr. Chai started teaching in 1972, and I was 2 years old. Both Mrs. Akampora and Mr. Tchaikovsky have had extremely positive impacts on their students and colleagues' lives. And even after all the years that they've spent in education, they never lost their passion and they never stopped working to help students learn and grow. We thank them for their many years of dedication and steadfast commitment to the Foran community and wish them a very happy and healthy retirement. At this time, I'd like to call Class President Catherine Harrison to join me at the podium. As president of the class of 2022, Catherine has shown strong leadership and a deep commitment to her class and the entire Foran community. Over the course of high school, she has earned numerous academic honors and awards that include AP Scholar with Distinction and induction into the National Honor Society. Catherine has been an active member of the Foran community, serving as a natural helper, participating in the Model UN and debate clubs, and as a varsity cross-country track and hockey athlete. She graduates today with distinction, an honor for seniors who have over 125 hours of community service. Catherine is a humble and caring student whose future is extremely bright. Next year, she will take her talents to Quinnipiac University, and she will major in business. Ladies and gentlemen, President of the Class of 2022, Catherine Harrison.
Sorry, I wanted to take a minute to memorize you all. I'm gonna miss this place. Hi. I'd like to begin by thanking Mr. Berkowitz, Miss Kelly, Miss Gilman, and Mr. Z for all the work they do for our student body. I would also like to thank Miss Cassiopo, Miss Bose, and Miss Hoffer for all of their help with student government for our class, as well as Miss Farrell for helping to plan and advertise fundraisers, spirit weeks, and the pep rallies we held this year. When I was told I would be giving a speech at graduation, you could have heard a pin drop. I know it's probably hard for some of you to believe, because I think we've gone 4 years together wondering when I'd shut up. But I was nervous because I had no idea how to do the class of 22 justice. And so I began to think back through the past year, and I remembered lunch in the media center the day before winter break. For anybody who might be confused, we had lunch in media due to social distancing. Anyways, a lot of my friends were trying to maintain a sense of normal, and in one of those instances, I don't know how they did it, but somebody got a lump of clay and was tossing it, and they tossed it up so high that it hit the ceiling and stuck there. I don't remember if it ever fell, but I like to think that even if it did, a small piece of it remains to this day as a reminder of sorts, a clue that we've been there. I think that's all any of us wants, really, is to feel as though we made a mark on the world and that there was a piece of evidence that we were here, that we mattered. Well, I have no doubt that my classmates will do just that. From Megan and Arzu, who are incredibly talented and hardworking and deserving of their respective academic achievements, to our athletes, artists, and those who can crack jokes at any time. Sorry. Each of us has something special to offer the world, and I know that each of us has made our mark on Foran, despite the strange struggle of the last 4 years. And I'm sure that the class of 22 will be missed. Use your individual gifts to dream big, bigger than you've ever thought possible. As Kanye West says, reach for the stars, so if you fall, you land on the clouds. There's no doubt in my mind that my classmates will end up beyond the stars, whether through a college education, trade school, or a career in public service straight out of high school. Thank you to our teachers and parents for helping to create the people in front of you today. And thank you to the class of 22 for making the past 4 years something I hope lives in our memories forever. It's been an honor.
Great job, Catherine. Now I'd like to invite Superintendent of Milford Public Schools, Dr. Anna Kataya, to speak about the accomplishments of our Salutatorian Arzu Gazog and Valedictorian Megan Mcteeb. On behalf of the students and faculty of Foran High School, I want to thank Dr. Kataya for her ongoing dedication and support of the Foran community. And now the Superintendent of Milford Public Schools, Dr. Kataya.
Good evening, and I too want to join Mr. Berkowitz in my gratitude and congratulations to all the family and friends, staff members, and graduates of the class of 2022. There are many talents and gifts that are represented among our students this evening, and it reminds me of a walk I recently took with a friend on the beach. As you probably do, we collected shells and rocks off the beach, and we remarked with each one how incredibly beautiful each is in its own unique way. Well, the class of 2022 is complete with numerous students who are beautiful, successful in their own unique way. But I have been charged with the responsibility and pleasure this evening to speak about two of those individuals. At this time, I would like to invite Arzu Gaza, the Salutatorian of the class of 2022, to join me at the stage. With a grade point average of 4.77, Arzu has pursued a collection of courses that were both rigorous and required great stamina. Over the past 4 years, she has successfully completed 8 advanced placement courses, along with a variety of level 1 courses in all subjects. While at Foran, Arzu served as an officer for the National Honor Society, was named an AP Scholar with honors, and has received numerous academic awards during her 4 years here. She also was the recipient of the Columbia Book Award and the University of Rochester Book Award. In addition to academics, Arzu enjoyed being a part of and serving as a leader in many clubs and activities here at Foran. She was a member of the volleyball, indoor track, and outdoor track teams, and led those teams as captain, working to organize team bonding activities and creating an environment of support and mutual respect. She was involved as a member of the Key Club, Natural Helpers, and served as class secretary, all demonstrating her leadership skills. Arzu also showed her commitment to the Milford community as she co-founded the Food to Kids program at Foran, a club that creates meal packages for local underprivileged families. And as if she didn't already have enough to do, Arzu represented Foran as the Board of Education liaison, faithfully providing updates about all school activities at our regular board meetings. As a creative outlet, Arzu has performed with the Foran Strings Orchestra for the past 4 years, playing the viola. She admits that being involved in a performance and creative environment is very different from the core academic classes she's always known, but believes this outlet provided her with a way to overcome shyness when she was younger and helped her break out of her shell. So when thinking of Arzu and her journey so far in Milford Public Schools, to me there's a common thread that I have observed in the choices she's made along the way. For Arzu, her interactions with people, all kinds of people, it makes her tick. She's a staunch volunteer and advocate for people who need help, with much of her work conducted in answer to the question, what can I do to help? And what do you need? We are indeed lucky to know Arzu and are sure she will make a huge impact on the world. Where will she start? At Harvard University this fall, of course, where she's planning to pursue, that's right, folks, where she's planning to pursue a degree in science concentrating on biological studies. She hopes someday to enter a career focusing on human regenerative research and genetics. Can I hear it one more time for this year's Salutatorian?
Good evening, everyone. Members of the Board of Education, school administration and faculty, parents, students, and other guests. It is my honor to welcome you all to the Foran High School Class of 2022 graduation ceremony. I'm still in awe that the day that we have been working towards throughout our entire educational journey has finally arrived. I truly mean it. I truly mean it when I say that saying these words in front of you all right now does not even feel slightly real. I have learned many skills throughout my time as a student at Foran. I've learned how to write an essay in under 40 minutes in English class, count the valence electrons of an atom in chemistry, who Otto von Bismarck was in history, and even how to pretend to look productive on a math test where I had absolutely no idea where to even start. Sorry, Mr. Peters. One skill that has never been directly taught to me, however, is how to write a speech. While I have delivered a handful of speeches in the past, none of them have held nearly as much importance as this one. Naturally, I sought out my teachers for advice. One of these teachers happened to be Mr. Williams. We talked about the concept of speech writing for a little bit before jokingly, or maybe seriously, he told me, "Don't mess this up." Examining previous year's speeches to follow as precedent seemed to be an effective strategy for me to take. Looking at how others did it before me would be comforting, knowing that what I chose to write aligned with what was expected of me. In looking back on our experiences of the past 4 years, however, this does not seem to match us as a class. As the class of 2022, we have lived through a high school experience that has created a precedent of its own. August 27th, 2018, the first time that we entered this building as freshmen, we followed a normal high school routine. Naive and eager to fit in, we were able to find our niches. Some of us took interest in athletics, others the arts or other extracurricular activities. We were all able to begin our journey in making Foran a home. Throughout our sophomore and junior years, however, things took an unexpected turn. It seemed as though, right when we were finally able to find our areas of comfort, they were immediately taken away. No more seeing our teammates at sports practices, limited face-to-face interaction in general. We were even taught through computer screens. But through it all, we adjusted. Many times, when adults around me hear that I'm a graduating senior this year, I get remarks of pity. Pity for the traditional time together that we all, in theory, lost. Even though most people might view what happened between our sophomore and junior years to be a mistake, I don't think that any of us would be the same people that we are right now without it. Our mistakes, the unexpected, are what we undoubtedly learn from the most. They require us to step out of our comfort zones, look at things through a new perspective. In all that we lost, we also gained. We gained new experiences, different from what we would have typically thought to come from high school. Who'd have believed if freshman year you told us that we would have to learn stoichiometry from home from a YouTube video that our chemistry teacher made? I definitely wouldn't have. We have also gained courage and a new sense of empathy. Our times as students became a bonding experience as we learned to appreciate the little moments, the small hellos in the hallways, complaining about what they were serving for lunch, and even simply just saying goodbye to our teachers at the end of class. Our unique time through high school has allowed us to see these things differently from previous graduating classes, when I believe that this is truly beautiful. I'm so honored to be part of such a wonderfully talented class here at Foran. Whether you are continuing a traditional path of study and attending college, or you are paving your own unique road, you should be proud of yourself for where you are today. I think that we are so incredibly lucky to have a school that is such a hard place to say goodbye to, and even more lucky to know that it is where we can credit our feelings of preparation to move on to the next chapter of our lives. Class of 2022, I wish you nothing but the best in all that you do. Continue to embrace your mistakes, take risks, and appreciate every moment life throws in your path. Thank you, and I really hope that I didn't mess this up.
Thank you, Arzu. At this time, I'd like to invite Megan Mcteeb, the class of 2022 Valedictorian. With a grade point average of 4.80, Megan has taken the most rigorous collection of courses over her 4 years here at Foran. She successfully completed 9 advanced placement courses, along with a variety of level 1 courses in all subjects as an AP scholar. Along with having received many awards over the years for her outstanding academic performance, Megan also is a member of the National Honor Society, the National Art Honor Society, and the Mu Alpha Theta National Honor Society for Mathematics. She's the recipient of the Yale Book Award and the U.S. Marine Corps Scholastic Excellence Award. Beyond her academic work, Megan found great pleasure in immersing herself in the Foran High community. She demonstrated great inquiry and excellence as a member of the Foran Sci-Lions Science Olympiads team. She was a leader on the girls' cross-country, basketball, and lacrosse teams, and served as the class treasurer this year. As they say, everyone has a story, and Megan is no exception. Back in her early days of the COVID-19 pandemic, people spoke about their loss of the sense of taste. Megan found this very familiar, as since birth, she has never actually had a sense of smell. It was through this condition, however, that Megan learned to ask different questions, where the responder needed to elaborate and offer more than one-word answers. This sharpened sense of inquiry helped her tremendously in her schoolwork and will continue to do so in her intended career in science in the future. In learning more about Megan, it became clear to me that she is all about balance. While she is diligent about her academic work, she's described by others as friendly, kind, and genuine. Megan is the kind of person who is there for anyone who needs a friend and for someone who needs help. These traits came in handy during her time at Foran, as she spent many volunteer hours with middle school students as a math tutor, participated in dozens of community activities through the Key Club, and worked with the younger students through the MPS Summer Learning Program. Selfless is a word that comes to mind when I think about Megan. Like all of her classmates when COVID hit in 2020, students needed to go through a decided shift in the way learning took place. Megan took a different approach. Take things as they come. Try not to worry too much about things that are beyond your control. Wow, a lesson we can all learn. It is a mindset she believes is important for all of us to have. And Megan, I have to say, you're absolutely correct about that. In the fall, Megan will enter UConn, where she has been accepted to its 6-year pharmacy program, and upon completion, will earn a doctorate in pharmacy and pharmaceutical services. Ladies and gentlemen, your valedictorian, Megan Mcteeb. I'm going to give you the whole box, okay?
Hello, everyone. I would just like to start off by thanking everyone for joining us here today. A big thank you to the Board of Ed, Dr. Kataya, and the administration, teachers, and staff for all of your hard work in making our schools what they are today, and for creating a wonderful place for us to learn and grow. Secondly, thank you to the parents, guardians, and all other family members and friends, for without your support, we may not have been sitting here today. Now, I would like to share a story with you all that I think may exemplify much of our high school experience. I am sure all of my fellow graduates remember a time a few years ago where each of us had a certain task assigned to us in health class involving bags of flour. The assignment was to get a sack of flour and carry it around as if it were a child for an entire day, simulating what it might be like to take care of a child while still attending high school. It was near the start of the month, and as some of you might know, near the start of the month is when we usually have fire drills. I was lucky enough to have health class when the alarm started to go off. It was early, and I mindlessly followed my classmates out the door to the outside of the building, where we would wait for the okay to re-enter. Once outside, many of us stood silently, and others chatted quietly. Because of this quiet atmosphere, it was very apparent when someone started yelling. I'm sure many of you may remember Miss Hart, and I'm sure many of us remember how animated she could be. When I turned to look, I saw Miss Hart laughing and loudly exclaiming to another student, "You left your child inside during a fire?" I remember my heart starting to beat rather fast, because what Miss Hart didn't know was that my sack of flour was also sitting inside, getting lightly toasted by the imaginary fire. I backed myself behind some of the other students and hid myself out of sight. It worked because she never found out that I had made the same mistake. But for the entire rest of the drill, I was paranoid, and the entire rest of the day after that, I didn't let that sack of flour out of my sight. Although all of us students know there were many mishaps during that assignment, from simply leaving the flour behind to someone literally dropping their sack of flour down the stairs and turning their baby into baby powder. But the point is, all of those mishaps and mistakes were accidents and learning opportunities, even if a few flour sacks had to die along the way. I certainly didn't mean to leave my sack of flour inside during the fire, and I'm sure no one meant to scatter the contents of their flour sack all over the school stairwell. Now, I know it must seem odd that I'm telling you a story in such detail, but what I'm trying to point out is that many people, young people especially, are often afraid to make these mistakes, just as I was afraid standing outside during that fire drill. But if I hadn't made that mistake, I wouldn't have paid as much attention to the sack of flour for the rest of the day. It is inevitable on our individual journeys that we will all make mistakes, and we will have to deal with adversity. As someone who tends to be a bit of a perfectionist, I have had to remind myself of this often. No matter what path we all choose for our future, and no matter what may lie ahead for each of us, we are not going to be perfect. There are going to be hard times that may be out of our control, or problems that we bring upon ourselves by a mistake. And all I suggest that we do about those mistakes is to recognize them and learn from them, just as I did with my sack of flour. The American writer Elbert Hubbard once said, "The greatest mistake a man can ever make is to be afraid of making one. So don't be afraid to chase your goals and follow your dreams, no matter what they may be." The path to achieving those goals and dreams will likely not be as smooth and as easy as we all would hope. But as long as you keep putting one foot in front of the other and never give up, I honestly believe that each and every one of us can make it down that path and achieve great things. As we get ready to leave the Milford school system and the Foran High School campus for the last time, please don't forget to thank your friends, teammates, coaches, teachers, and advisors that have all played a huge part in getting us to this day. These relationships are really what is most important. And in closing, although it is the beginning of a new chapter in all of our lives, I don't think any of us should be saying goodbye. It is simply until we meet again. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kataya, and great job on the speeches, Megan and Arzu. So many people are responsible for making this very special event happen tonight. I'd like to thank Foran High School faculty and staff, especially Main Office Secretary Tammy Carino, Dr. Kataya, and Central Office staff, Milford Police, Safety and Security personnel, our custodial staff, our technology staff, and Milford Government Access Television. Please join me in a round of applause for all of them. I am so grateful that we can all gather together to honor and celebrate the Foran High School class of 2022. This class has been on quite an unexpected journey throughout high school. Since 2020, they've persevered through interruptions in their learning, disruptions to their normal social interactions and extracurricular activities, and at times they had to deal with major uncertainty. Through it all, they showed grit while dealing with adversity, picked themselves up and each other up when they were down, and kept moving forward, hopeful for the future. Class of 2022, as challenging as your high school experience was at times, there is a valuable lesson to be learned through this experience. The true test of a person's character is not how you act when things are going well, but how you respond in times of adversity and challenge. You have demonstrated your strong character, your class, and your desire to keep your head up and your heart in the right place. Over the last 4 years, many of you have excelled academically and in various extracurricular and community service activities. Many of you have devoted numerous hours of your time to helping others. Many of you have had great experiences over the last 4 years, while some of you may still be trying to find your way, and that is okay. No matter what your experience has been, I believe the best is yet to come, and I am so excited to see what the future has in store for you. Today is a new beginning for you, the start of a new journey, a new beginning where everyone can start over and chart a new path. A new journey where you can build on your accomplishments of the past or create new and exciting opportunities for the future. Your experiences over the last 4 years have prepared you for what comes next: college, the military, the workforce, or some other endeavor. However, the slate is now wiped clean, and you need to rise to new challenges and make your own way. This is an exciting opportunity. However, this new phase of life will require a renewed effort on your part to work hard and persevere when challenges come your way. It will require you to be open to change and differences of opinion and committed to learning and listening. It will also require persistence and courage. Finding courage is sometimes not very easy, but courage already lies deep within all of you. Mark Twain once said, "With courage, you will dare to take risks, have the strength to be compassionate, and the wisdom to be humble. Courage is the foundation of integrity. Courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the judgment that something else is more important than fear." Class of 2022, in the future, I urge you to dig deep within yourselves during times of challenge or uncertainty and demonstrate the courage that is required to show your true spirit and live a life of fulfillment and purpose. Your future begins now. Always remember to be yourself, work hard, and learn from your mistakes. Care for and show love to your family and friends, and be grateful and kind. The world needs more of this. Have confidence in yourself and be optimistic and hopeful, because I am certain that your future is bright and the best is yet to come. I'm so happy for you and am extremely proud to be your principal. I wish you good health and tremendous happiness in the future. Thank you. All right, Ms. Glennon and members of the Board of Education, these members of the graduating class of 2022 have completed all school board requirements for a diploma from Joseph A. Foran High School. It is now my honor to welcome Board Chair Ms. Glennon to the stage, and also the Foran High School Dean of Students, Mr. Zawazinski, who will announce the graduates of the class of 2022. Welcome. You can stand right there. Want this up?
Yeah, we're good. Thank you. The Valedictorian and Treasurer of the Class of 2022, Megan Emma Mcteeb. the Salutatorian and Secretary of the Class of 2022, Arzu Gaza. The President of the Class of 2022, Catherine Garvey Harrison. The Vice President of the Class of 2022, Jay Yang. Yara Amir El-Harbali. Kyle Matthew Amos. Sean Isaac Amos. Lauren Elizabeth Ardolino. Oliver Troy Ardrey. PJ Aubin. William O'Donnell Oskovich. Sean Elias Ayub. Jason Patrick Burrill. Gazia Batul. Owen Benjamin Bell. Wilhelmina Lee Benson. Emily Sarah Bessie. Madison Blue. Riley Tila Bryant. Juan Antonio Burgos. Ava Grace Candido. Gregory James Cap. Layla Marie Carlberg. McGuire Brendan Casey. Nicholas John Cefaloni. Camden John Charland. James Michael Siapa. Sam Donald Cogan. Simon Curtis Collette. Melissa Lynn Connolly. Olivia Lexis Connolly. Sarah Grace Connolly. Blaze Martin Cook. Caitlin Madison Cook. Jason John Cruz. Joshua Robert Cummings. Brianna Francesca Czar. Sanaa Camille Ampama Darden. Aiden Tyler Davis. Aiden Alexander Day. Trey Matthew Diedelbaum. Hannah Allison Della Bitta Falkowski. Aisha Marie Demir. Charles Alexander Diamantis. Damon Vincent Downs. Jake Thomas Duggan. Marissa Renee Dumay. Anthony James Edmond. Ian Robert Eisenman. Quincy Ann Erkenbrack. Cecilia Felix. Sanaya Ferguson. Linnell Fernandez. Riley Marie Filanowski. Emma Ann Adeline Fiorillo. Patrick Dakota Fischetto. Haley Josephine Flynn. Ryan Joseph French. Connor James Funk. David Joseph Gaetano. Stephanie Grace Galliburri. Maria Fernanda Bovalenta Garbin. Mivette Adriana Garcia. Liam O'Connell Garrettson. Jasmine Joan Gaston. Anthony James Giordano. Aiden Quan Glass. Daniel Alexander Glidden. Ivy Rose Glidden. Jack Godek. All right. Paul George Gonsalves. Tuana Gonol. Jelani Marie Gonzalez. Ricardo Rodrigo Gonzalez. Caitlin Faith Grady. Kaylee Bryant Granfield. Logan McWilliam Griffin. Megan Elizabeth Griffin. Dylan Robert Haig. Justin Edward Hanelt. Alexandria Pearl Hart. William Thomas Heitman. Barry Richard Held. Joseph Neil Hans. Maxwell Nicholas Howland. Ashley Lynn Hoydilla. Nathaniel Christopher Hubner. Bassett Idris. Layla Elizabeth Idone. Sydney Jean Baptiste. Jasmine Isabel Juarez. Angela Helen Kapikian. Bridget Elizabeth Kiernan. Ryan Nicole Koenig. Victoria Ellen Koenig. Andrew Edward Cupson. Jonathan Edward Lahav. Veda Lakam Raju. Kendall Tamara Lamort. Chase Donald Leone. Caroline Elizabeth Lesko. Mia Autumn Lowenberg. Lance Eugene Longo. Delcy Elizabeth Lopez. Elliot Emerson Lyons. Brandon Neil MacDonald. Charlotte Lang Mackle. Jacob Richard Matarang. Georgia May Molesky. Brian Richard Massey. Patrick Charles Mata. Tori Giovanna Matula. Delaney Luana Mayville. Owen Michael McCabe. Amelia Claire McGonigal. Sarah Elizabeth McNamara. Isabella Mima. Aaron Jason Mizik. Michaela Blaze Mims. Jamie Lynn Moreno. Gavin Michael Morey. Kai Rain Paolucci. Katrina Alexandra Mosquera Mikovich. Courtney Paige Musanti. Kevin Wynn. Brian Christopher Nichols. Jared Boone O'Sullivan. Miles Griffith O'Sullivan. Leah Christina Ospina. Kathleen Karen Orphalian. Anna Madeline Paul. Kaylee Anya Peichel. Elliot James Poffenberger. Kyle Matthew Pokernowski. Amanda Elizabeth Pompa. Kaylee Annette Porcue. Dawson Pointer. Jesse Charles Rembert. Erin Tatiana Rivera. Daniela Rivera. Nathan Hector Rodriguez. Dean Richard Ross. Skylar Shepard Rowe. Samuel James Rozzi. Ashley Florence Rua. Daniel Alexandro Gomes Ruano. Emilia Paz Russell. Charles Alexander Sampson. Sinise Arlene Sanchez. Abby Elizabeth Sanwald. Jacob Robert Sanwald. Bridget Clark Sowitsky. Elizabeth Rose Schumann. Alina Miriam Seal. Madison Nicole Shepard. Lacey McKenna Shupp. Nicole Alize Simon. April Elizabeth Smith. Ronan Antonio Jack Smith. Kayla Alexis Somerville. Christopher John Sportini. Connor Jared Stafford. Ava Louise Steibiegel. Jenna Marie Supple. Madeline, Sandra, Alice, Sutton. Talia, Janice, Tatara. Grace, Catherine, Tavidian. James, Richard, Taylor. Daniel, Timothy, Thanos. Riley, Faith, Tondora. Mateo, Alexander, Tonelli. Bianca, Elizabeth, Torres. Luca, John, Ubaldi. Morgan, Kimberly, Wieselman. Jonathan, Daniel, Verno. Elizabeth, Grace, Walsh. Cassidy, Lynn, Warakomsky. Peyton, Lee, Wiedemeyer. Austin, Connor, Weiss. Leighton, Paul, Whaley. Killian, Oliver, Wheeler. Casey, June, Wiederhold. Brian, Stephen, Wilcox. Mia, L. Williams. Cadence, Nicole, Wise. Mackenzie, Lynn, Wisniewski. Julianne, Yasona. Braden, Reed, Young. Kyle, John, Zarnock. Brendan, James, Ziegler. Carly, Janice, Zeman. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Quite a spirited crowd tonight. I love it. We hear you. We hear. Come on, let's go. Why not? All right. So we have some students who are not in attendance tonight, but are graduating. Edward Alicki, Emily Andrews, Emily Pincus, Raul Valley, Elizabeth Hoofman, Ryan Austin, Kirby Miller, Jacob Bishop, Jeremy Katos, James Barnum, and Jessica Chamberlain. Congratulations to them. So ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for our graduates. Congratulations to the Foran High School class of 2022. Graduates, turn your tassels right to left. And now, please stand as the Foran High School band perform the Foran High School alma mater. Can we stop the music for 1 second? I apologize. We have a little bit of a situation out on French Drive, so we're going to have to take a moment until that's cleared up. Okay, so I'm sorry to... You can holler. The superintendent gave you permission to holler. Keep it going until we can start it up again. I hear you, man.
Is there another exit?
Well, we're going up that way.
I know, but the crowd.
Well, we can open up that way to the left.
All right, ASAP, man. Tell jokes. No, really, ASAP. We're not going to hold this crowd in the
Okay. Just be a couple minutes. Stay with me. Keep it. All right, here we go. Please stand as the Foran High School band performs the Foran High School alma mater. Here we go. Congratulations, class of 2022. Throw those caps.